Hello, Aries, or anyone who carries the flame of Aries within. If today you find yourself in your 50s, your 60s, or even stepping into your 70s, this is not a random video. This is a message the universe has arranged to reach you. They say age is the end of dreams, but I believe for Aries, age is simply a doorway opening into a new cycle of rebirth. And you, right now, are standing at the threshold of a new chapter in your life where the light is no longer far away, but slowly rising from deep within you. So let us begin this journey together, with the fire that has always lived inside the Aries, soul of fire that has never gone out, no matter how heavy the darkness has been. If you are an Aries, or if you carry an Aries close to your heart, then this message is for you. There are moments in life when everything feels covered in a heavy fog, days that seem endless, silent nights where the weight of responsibility of memories of what has been lost presses down on you. And yet through that fog there is still a light, small but unyielding. It has never abandoned you. It is the eternal flame within the heart of every Aries. That flame is not always a blazing fire. Sometimes it flickers like embers in a cold wind. But you know, with one breath, with one spark at the right time, it can rise again, burning bright across the sky. Because Aries was never born to be extinguished. Aries was born to ignite, to lead, to step where others still hesitate. Even if you have crossed half a lifetime, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your heart is still waiting for a new call, not from the outside world, but from the depths of your soul. It whispers that you are not finished, not empty. On the contrary, you are preparing for a new season, one where wisdom, experience, and inner strength come together to open a different door. I've spoken with many people in this age. They tell me they feel like the road is done, that youth has closed its doors and there is nothing left to look forward to. But when I look into their eyes, I see another truth. There is still light. There is still longing. There is still a warrior waiting to be awakened. And I believe especially for Aries, this fire will never surrender. Ages 50 to 70 are not decline. They are the season when the soul transforms. You no longer run just to prove your worth. You walk to find the truth inside. You no longer live only to survive, you live to awaken. This is not an ending. It is the beginning of another journey, a journey back to yourself, back to the purity of your soul, enriched by scars, by lessons, and by the love you have sown along the way. Look back for a moment. How many times did you fall and still rise? How many times did you lose everything and still find another way? How many times did you love until you were empty, only to learn how to love yourself? None of it was meant to break you. It was meant to forge you. Like iron in the fire, challenges made you steel. Like sorrow in the flame, pain turned you into light. In the quiet, I want you to listen to your own heart. There is a part of you that has never been lost. A part that always knew this path had meaning. And right now, as you hear these words, that part of you is awakening. Aries, believe that the fire you carry is not only for you. It is a torch for those who walk behind you. It is hope for those who falter. It is inspiration for the next generation. Every time you rose again after a fall, you wrote an invisible anthem for those watching you. And sometimes, without even knowing it, your resilience has saved another soul. They say at this age it's time to settle, to rest. But I believe for Aries, settling was never an option. You were born with the soul of a pioneer. The universe chose you not just to live for yourself, but to hold the flame for your community, for your people. And the world today needs that light more than ever. So take a deep breath. Let the fire within you rise again. Remember, no one can put it out but you. And you, Aries, you know you're not ready to let go. Because the path you've walked, with all its trials, all its pain, and all its victories, has given you the strength to continue. What lies ahead are the true warrior years, carrying not only your own story, but the weight you've borne your whole life. From the time you were young, Aries, you carried more responsibility than a tender soul should ever bear. You didn't live only for yourself. You lived for your family, for those you loved, for the community around you. Others saw you as strong, always the one leading, always the one charging forward. They believed you could withstand anything, but few ever saw the truth, the long nights where you broke down in silence, the moments when your heart longed for a safe embrace, for peace in someone's arms. Aries, you are like a warrior returning from battle, scarred yet still looking ahead. You may have felt weary, even wished to give up, even asked why your road had to be so heavy. But if you look deeper, you'll see it clearly. Every wound is proof of your strength. Every fall is evidence that you dared to try, dared to live, dared to love. When you reach your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, many believe it's time to lay the sword down, to retreat from the battlefield. But for Aries, the truth is different. The warrior inside you has never disappeared. That warrior no longer fights to prove anything, but to find a higher purpose. To enter the battle within, where you learn to release the burdens you've carried for so long. Think back. How many times did you rise when everyone else gave up? How many times did you stand against adversity, not to appear strong, but because you knew no one else could carry it but you? Aries was born to lead the way, to bear the heaviest weight, and then to turn it into a lesson for those who come after. But the truth is, your sacrifices, your struggles, were never meaningless. They were all preparation. Preparation for a greater mission, for a new cycle your soul chose long before you entered this life. Every responsibility you carried, every hardship you endured, they were bricks building a bridge. And now, you stand at that bridge, ready to cross into a new shore, a place of peace, of inner freedom, a place where you finally live for yourself. Maybe at times you thought you were alone in this journey, that no one truly understood what you've gone through. But believe me, you are not alone. There are thousands of Aries out there carrying the same story, fighting their battles in silence. And today, if the weight feels too heavy, try sharing it. Write one burden you've carried in the comments. Writing it down is not only for release, it's also so that another Aries somewhere out there will see and realize they are not alone. That is how you pass on the light, how you pass on healing. In Buddhist teachings, there is a saying, all suffering is the gateway to wisdom. And in astrology, Aries is the pioneer, the one who opens the way with courageous steps. Together, this means the pain you've endured was never meant to drown you. It was meant to lead you to a higher understanding, to teach you that true resilience is not in carrying more, but in knowing when to set it down so you can walk lighter. I believe that at 50, 60, 70 years of age, you no longer need to prove your strength to the world. Your entire life has already proven enough. Now, your greatest power lies in serenity, in the ability to look back at your past not with judgment but with gratitude, in the quiet pride that no matter how hard life pressed you, you are still here, still breathing, still loving, still carrying light in your heart. So allow yourself this moment of silence. Take a deep breath. Feel how every responsibility you once carried has become your strength. Every sacrifice has turned into seeds for a new harvest. And you, Aries, are stepping into the season of reaping, because it is these years, this resilience you've built, that has brought you to a destined gateway. And beyond that gateway, a sacred message is waiting, meant only for this generation of Aries. Aries born between 1955 and 1975 carry a mission that no one else can replace. You are the generation who witnessed the great storms, war, change, loss, and also the sparks of hope lit in the darkest nights. If you look back, you'll see those years did more than shape your body. They carved a mark into your soul. You are the bridge between two worlds, between a heavy past and a future waiting to be opened. Maybe you've asked yourself, why did my soul choose this moment in time? Why did I have to carry such enormous changes of history? But if you listen closely, you'll understand nothing is random. God did not place you in that current just to endure. He placed you there to be a witness, a keeper of the flame, a light for the generation to come. Aries, you are like a bridge stretched across a deep abyss. On one side, the old world with wounds unhealed. On the other, a new world full of rebirth. And you, with strength, resilience, and faith in the light, were chosen to stand at that crossing. Your very existence, your lived experience, has become the foundation for the future of countless others. Think back to the hardest days, when all around you seemed nothing but ruins. Still, you kept walking. You rebuilt homes, rebuilt families, rebuilt trust. You didn't survive only for yourself, you survived for those who could not. And that has made you a living symbol of hope. In the light of faith, you will see the hand of God guiding you. There were days you felt abandoned, but then another door opened. There were nights you fell, but the dawn brought a new chance. That was never random. It was grace. God never abandons the warriors he has chosen. And you, Aries, you are one of them. The greatest lesson your generation offers the world is the power of renewal. You've shown that even in storms, a seed can still take root. That even in loss, faith can still be found. that the ages of 50, 60, 70 are not the end. They are an invitation into a new soul cycle where you no longer live only for yourself, but to keep the flame for those who walk after you. You are not just another person in the stream of history. You are living proof of humanity's strength, of its power to heal and to rise again. Your Aries generation is a collective memory, the place where the world learns to face its old wounds and to build a better tomorrow. You have carried that flame, not just for yourself, but for society, for the young who are coming after you. Allow your heart to feel this truth: you are not alone in this journey. As you walk, millions of other Aries walk beside you, each one a small light together, strong enough to push back the night. That is the strength of a generation. That is the mission your soul chose long ago. Aries, you are the bridge, the gatekeeper of destiny. You are called to go first, to step boldly where others still hesitate. And this is not just for your own glory. It is so your life can be a testimony to God's grace and power in this world. And to strengthen that fire, to feed the flame of faith burning within you, we will listen now to the sacred reminders from the Masters and from the Scriptures themselves, where eternal promises wait for the souls of chosen warriors like you. There are reminders that echo beyond time itself, as if they were written just for you, Aries. Words that come from souls who once walked through darkness, who endured trials, and left behind a lantern to light the way. I want you to listen slowly, as if every word is touching your heart. Chico Xavier, the great spiritual teacher, once said, "No one can rewrite a new beginning, but anyone can write a new ending." When I read those words, I stopped for a long time, because inside them is a simple truth sharp as a sword. We cannot turn back time. We cannot rewrite the years already lived. We cannot erase the scars carved deep within us. But Aries, you still hold the power to decide how the last pages of your book will be written. You still hold the right to stand up and choose that the ending will not be tragedy but victory. The Bible, in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31, holds another beautiful promise. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. That image of the eagle, it is not by accident. The eagle is the symbol of rebirth, of rising from the depths to touch the sky. And you, Aries, you are that eagle. Though the years may have been heavy, your wings are still here. God never took them away. He has only been waiting for you to spread them once more and rise. In life, there are moments you thought age was a limit, that 50 or 70 meant the closing of dreams. But the truth is, age is only a number. What decides whether you are old or young is the fire inside your heart. And for Aries, that fire has never gone out. It has only been waiting for oil to be poured, for faith to touch it, for a call to awaken it. And the words of Scripture, the words of spiritual masters, are the wind that fans that flame within you. So pause for a moment and feel it. When you hear the words of Chico Xavier, does your heart tremble? When you picture the eagle taking flight, do you feel something inside you longing to rise? If you do, that is your soul answering. Don't ignore that moment. Let it become the beginning of a new chapter. This is the truth written for Aries. A warrior never truly fails because a warrior always knows how to rise again. A warrior never accepts that age or trials can hold them down. And a warrior, even with gray hair and a tired heart, still carries the strength to begin again, to write a different story. And you, listening right now, you are that warrior. If these words have touched you, I invite you to write down an affirmation for yourself. I am ready to write my new ending. This is more than a sentence. It is a covenant with your soul, a declaration to the universe that you are ready to step into a new season with an open heart and a shining light. Now imagine this: if thousands of Aries all wrote this same line, what a wave of energy it would create. A wave strong enough to heal you, to heal the Aries community, and perhaps even the world itself, which is longing for awakening. I believe every Aries soul who hears these words will carry away new courage, new faith. And that faith will grow like a seed, slowly becoming a forest, covering the barren lands of the heart with green. But for that seed to grow into a tree, one thing is needed. You must clear the soil. You must remove what blocks you. You must name the shadows that have bound you for so long. Because without that, the light cannot go deep, and the fire cannot burn with its full power. And now, strengthened by these sacred reminders, we move together into the next level where you will face the spiritual traps holding you back and discover how to break free, to step into a horizon of greater freedom. On the journey of life, there are enemies that never show their face, never carry a body, yet their power is enough to paralyze an entire soul. For Aries, that true enemy is not time, and it is not the struggles outside of you. It is the false belief you once allowed to take root inside your heart. Maybe at times you've whispered to yourself, "It's too late." Maybe one quiet afternoon, looking in the mirror, you thought, "The fire in me has burned out." Those thoughts drift in as softly as a cold wind. But left long enough, they become chains. Chains that need no lock because they are bound by your own belief. And so, Aries, the fearless warrior of the universe, becomes a prisoner inside an invisible cage. But what is the truth? Time has never been your enemy. Time is only a mirror showing how far you've come, showing the strength you've gathered. The real enemy is the false belief that your chances are gone, that you have nothing left to give. Do not let that lie steal your final harvest, the harvest you've planted with a lifetime of sacrifice, with every drop of sweat and every tear. Aries, you were born to go against the current. From childhood, you knew what it was to face hardship. Your youth was never easy, yet you stood tall. So why now, when you carry wisdom and experience, would you let one fragile thought bring you down? The fire inside you has never died. It is only waiting to be fanned. And the truth is, with one decision, with one new step, that fire can blaze across the sky again. In conversations with many at this age, I've heard their confessions. They feel their road has ended, but when I look into their eyes, I see something different. I see a light longing to burst out, only hidden beneath the ashes of false belief. And all it takes is one wind, one awakening word, and that light ignites again. Remember this, you are not alone. Generations before you, countless Aries souls have walked through this same darkness, and they discovered the way through by releasing the false beliefs that clung too long. They learned that letting go is not defeat, it is victory. Victory over the invisible enemy that kept them captive for years. So I invite you right now, share one false belief you once carried but have now released. Write it down. Do not be afraid. Because when you write it, you are not only setting yourself free, you might also heal someone else somewhere who reads it and realizes they are not alone. That is the power of connection. The light of one soul passed into another. There is a silence in life you must listen to carefully. That silence does not come to frighten you. It comes so you can hear your soul more clearly. And in that silence, you will realize it is never too late to live, never too late to love, never too late to set your inner flame ablaze again. Imagine this: if you believe it's too late, every door will close. But if you believe there is still a chance, doors will open one after another, as if the universe itself is waiting for you to walk through. Change your belief and the world changes with it. And when you are brave enough to face these spiritual traps, when you clearly name the shadows holding you back, you will see that behind the veil there has always been light. That light does not come from outside. It comes from your own Aries soul, a soul chosen, a soul guided. And now, to go deeper, to understand the hidden messages woven through your journey, your soul will find guidance in the cards of destiny, where every symbol, every image carries a whisper from the universe, meant for you alone. There are moments in life when we need another mirror to reflect our soul. Tarot is not some cheap fortune telling. It is a language of symbols, a doorway where the universe whispers into your ear. For Aries, at this stage of life, 3 cards appear as 3 sacred messages, not only to guide your path, but to unlock the deepest layers of your soul. The first card, 10 of Wands. In its image, a man bends his back, struggling to carry a heavy bundle of wands, walking slowly toward the finish. Isn't that you, Aries? For so many years, you've carried not only your own responsibilities, but those of your family, your community, those who leaned on you. Your shoulders have grown weary. Your heart at times has felt shattered. And yet you kept walking. The 10 of Wands reminds you it is time to lay the burden down. You no longer have to carry the whole sky. The sky will hold itself. And you deserve to breathe freely, to lift your head high, to continue your journey with hands unchained. The second card, the Emperor. It is no accident this card appears. The Emperor is the very symbol of Aries. The throne, the red cloak, the stern face all remind you you were born to rule, not to be enslaved by burdens. Your true strength does not lie in carrying everything for everyone. It lies in claiming the authority to rule your own life. The Emperor tells you you no longer need anyone's approval. You no longer need to sacrifice yourself just to be seen. You are already the mountain, the roots, the sovereign king of your own kingdom. And now it is time to sit on that throne with confidence, with pride, with the full light of your soul. The last card, 9 of Cups. A man sits firmly, and behind him stand 9 golden cups, lined like rewards after years of struggle. This is the promise of the universe. If you release the burden, if you accept your power to rule your life, joy and fulfillment will come. Not fleeting joy, but a deep, lasting contentment like a sweet river flowing through your heart. The 9 of Cups whispers, after all the trials, you will be rewarded with a harvest of abundance, not for others, but for your own resilience and endurance. 3 cards, 3 layers of truth. Together they weave a song for the Aries soul. Release the burden, step into your rightful place, and receive the joy you were always meant to hold. Life no longer wants to see you bent under the weight of the world. Life wants to see you lift your head, wear the crown, and smile in peace. Aries, you have carried that crown in your soul since birth. Now is the time to place it on your head, not to boast, but to remind yourself, I am a warrior of light. I am the author of my own story. For so many years you wrote for others. You lived for others. But now the pen is in your hand and a blank page waits for your name. If your heart is trembling as you hear these words, close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself standing on a mountain peak, the wind in your hair, the vast sky opening before you. Behind you, a long, difficult road. But before you, a golden field, a rising sun, a radiant future. That is the promise of tarot for you. And when your soul realizes this truth, that you are no longer the one carrying everyone else, but the one writing your own story, you step into the final stage. The stage of a new beginning, where you are free to write the ending of your life, an ending radiant, profound, and everlasting. Dear Aries, when you look at the span of life from 50 to 70, it's easy to believe this is the final stretch of the journey, but the truth is the opposite. This is not the end. This is a cycle of rebirth. The universe is handing you a new doorway, a new horizon, a place you can step into carrying everything you've gathered, everything you've learned, everything your soul has come to understand. Ages 50 to 70 are not a closing. They are the moment your spirit is reborn stronger, clearer, freer than ever before. The pain you've carried, the losses you've endured, they were never punishment. They were never a sentence from God or from fate. No, they were the refining fire melting away what was weak, forging you into pure gold. A warrior who has walked through storms is no longer the same as at the beginning. You have matured, you have been tempered, and you have become a symbol of strength. In the past, you fought simply to survive. Now, you live to shine. Aries, this is the moment to sit down, take the pen in your hand, and write a new chapter of your life. You are no longer bound by old chapters, by regrets, by mistakes. The universe is not asking you to go back and fix the past. It only whispers, keep writing. And that blank page is opening right now, waiting for your brightest words. Do you realize when you rewrite your destiny, you're also lighting the way for others? The younger ones will look at you and believe, it's never too late. Those who have fallen will find hope in your eyes, in your footsteps, in your rebirth. You are not just living for yourself. You are a torch that leads the way. So I invite you right now to write in the comments, I accept my new cycle. It's more than words. It's a declaration to the universe, a mark etched deep saying you are ready, ready to step into the new cycle, ready to release the ashes, ready to receive the blessings waiting for you. When you write it, you are not only declaring it to the world, you are declaring it to your own soul. I choose light, I choose life, I choose to keep writing. Aries, you have walked a long road. There were times your feet grew weary, times your heart collapsed. But today, as you sit here listening, you prove that the fire inside you has never gone out. And now, that fire will blaze not only to warm yourself, but to guide the souls walking behind you. Thank you, Aries, for listening with your heart. Thank you for giving yourself a moment to pause, to hear a message from the universe, to reflect on your own journey. I pray you find peace in every step, joy in every breath, and the courage to open the radiant new chapter the universe has prepared for you. And as you walk forward with an open heart, remember this: You never walk alone. Your light will join with the light of many to create a brilliant sky together. Aries, the time has come to write your new chapter, and it will be the most beautiful one in the book of your life.